Hey everyone, in this tutorial I want to show you how you can easily create a Bento style personal landing page in Framer. This is the best no-code tool for designing and creating websites out there right now, I think. And I love it because you can easily create websites. It's almost like Figma, but in Figma you only design, but here you can actually publish them and get a link that you can share with your friends and clients. So basically you can create a website from scratch and you design it and publish it in a few clicks and a few minutes. So let's not wait any longer. Let's go inside and see how it goes. So I have my file open, so let's begin to work. And basically I have some already pre-made texts, so we're going to be using the name, the hero section, hero block, information, some links to other pages that might be on your website, and the links to the socials. All right, so what we need to do for the first thing is let's build a first section that's going to be about, and how we're going to be doing it. It's going to be really easy. I select my text, I drop it to this frame. And first of all, what I want to do is I want to change the color of the background, and I want to make it, well, maybe just about something like this. And then I want to select my text that I imported and make them into a stack or out layout if you're familiar with Figma more. To do that, I need to press Option, Command, Enter for Mac, and here I get my stack. Basically, that's the same thing as auto layout. So now let's change the size of font and let's make it larger, about 64, and I want to make it bold like this. We didn't see the text because it's inside of this stack frame, so I need to make the width fit the content, and now I can see it. And now I want to change the alignment. I want to align them on the left, and also I need to put fit content for the height. Okay, so I get this, and now I need to add some background to this stack, and I will add white background. Here it is. And now I want to add some paddings so it looks more interesting. Add 40, and I want to make round corners, and for round corners I'll use 24 like this, or even 32. Let's try 32 like that. Okay, but the problem is that you see it's floating, but this is not a problem. Now we need to change our desktop frame into a stack. So basically we go to layout and we click plus, and now it is a stack. And now we change the distribution from start and alignment from left like this. But we select the desktop frame and we add paddings as well. So let's add 40. And now we can add another stack, or we can play a little bit with this frame. So I want to change the size of the text here. Maybe I want to put 24, and here currently live in Valley, I want to change to, let's put it 24 as well, and this one's going to be bold like this. And maybe we can add, you know, like a small emoji, something like hi. Let's make it actually larger. Yep, like this. Currently in Valley, maybe something like that. And I want to play around with it in terms of spacing between them. So I want to select the hi, I'm a framer designer, and this text, the location text, I select them and I turn them into a stack too. And again, change the orientation to alignment to the left and distribution to start. And now I select the stack with all this text. Let's rename it to info, like this. And now I want to use gap, and I want to make gap larger. So basically this is the spacing for it. So this is it. This is okay now. So now let's add the frame with the photograph. So I press F and I draw a frame here. You see that it drops below the info section, info block. But that's because my main desktop frame is has a direction vertical, but we need to add the info block with this new frame into another stack. So we press Option Command Enter, and here we change the direction to horizontal, and again distribution start and alignment top. And now we didn't see this frame. That's because we need to change the width of the main of the stack. We change it to fill, because I want to fill this container. And now I want to also fill it vertically, or actually I want to use fit content, because for the height it's better to use fit content in this particular way case. So now I select this frame and I change the radius. I use corner radius 32, the same one, and also I select this stack where both of these blocks are, and I put 24 with the gap between them, so we have the gap of 24. And again I select this frame, let's call it photo, and we'll use fill for the width, yeah, like this. And here actually we can change when we're going to be doing responsive design. We'll change a little bit the width and the height, so they're going to be changing proportionally. Okay, and now let's select this stack where they are in, and we use fit, and we need to change this. We'll need to select the photo and change the height. Instead of fixed, we need to change fill. And you see what happened. The stack right now, the main stack for them is in fit, so it sees that the info block is this height, so it shrinks to the height of the info block because it has the exact size. And the photo is in fill mode, and that means that it shrinks because the main container, it became smaller. But I don't like the way they look right now, because they're almost the same in size, and I want to make the photograph smaller. And how to do that? Basically what I can do is I can make info block larger. And how to do it? I can make it fixed width, but I don't want to do that, because when we're going to be using responsive design, it's not going to be working for responsive. It's not going to be shrinking or making becoming larger. So basically what I want to do, I want to change the width to relative mode, and here I want to put percentage of how big should it be inside of this stack. So now you see it's almost 50%, you see, and now they're both are the same, but I want to use it, like for example, like 60, for example 60%, and now I can see that this is 60 and this is 40 basically. Of course they'll be a little bit smaller because of the gap, but still when we're going to be playing around with it in the responsive mode, let's see, they're going to be shrinking, you see, and they're going to be having this exact proportion. And now I need to change the width for the text block, and you see it's fixed, and I want to use fill, and also everything should be in fill. That's in order to have the responsive thing work when we shrink the size of the screen. So everything is in fill, and now if we check how it works now, you see chicks, it works perfectly basically. And you see that some of the text is below the frame, the white frame. That's because we need to use fit content here, and we need to use for the stack, it's not going to be fixed, it's going to be also fit. And now when we look at the responsive, you see now it works perfectly. All right, So let's add some picture here. We go to Unsplash and we choose some picture for the designer. Maybe we can use this girl, or we can search for other portrait. And maybe we can use this guy. I like this guy. All right. It doesn't look like he's in Bali now, but let's put Oslo. So it's gonna be more true design. So, yep, no, because it has some snow there or something like that. All right, so next thing what we want to do is we want to add actually I want to add these links, and let's turn them into a stack as well. Now they're in a stack, but let's remove the background and let's put it over here on the top. And I want to make them start with this distribution start and alignment center, like this. And actually what we're gonna be doing, I want to move the name of this designer on top. So I want to take him out and I want to put it basically on top here, and then I want to select the social links and select the name of this guy, turn it into a stack too, and direction is going to be horizontal and the width is fill, and distribution start. Oh, actually we use space between, and now the links are on the right side, and for the height we'll use fit, like this. Well, basically it looks good. And now let's add some gap. Let's add some gap, and remember we had 24, and now actually we can make this smaller, yeah, like 48. All right, and for the portrait it looks too small for the width, so I want to make it more square-like. So that's why I'm going to be changing the width of the info container to, for example, 70. Yep, so now it looks okay. And now let's add portfolio section, and again turn it to a stack, and we need to add 40 padding 40, and we'll change the size of portfolio. Let's change it to 48, and let's add backgrounds to it. So we'll add white background, fill, and let's add radius 32, and then we copy it here, and I want to make sure they're the same, so I'll put about me here, about me, and blog will be here. It's going to be our blog. Yep, like this. And also we'll have one more thing. It's going to be let's get to work, and I want to copy it, and I want to add this text here. Let's get to work. All right, so something like this. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to select these three things over here and turn them into a stack. So I press stack, and direction is going to be horizontal, and then we'll have the fill of horizontal fill and fit content for the height. And now you see they're sort of different sizes, but they're sort of small. And what I want to do is first I want to add the gap 24, so that we have the same gap everywhere. And now I want to use fill for each of these items. I'll use fill, and now they're pretty much the same in size, and it looks okay. And for this let's work, I'll use fill as well, so now it's like this. Okay, so for let's work, we'll change the color to almost black, like this, and the color of the text is going to be white, and maybe we can make it uppercase and a little bit smaller, like this, about 32. All right, so this looks okay. For the height of the container, of the main desktop container. We want to use, well, let's leave it like this for now, but we need to add some stuff here. We need to change a little bit the heights of these blocks. So maybe for this info block, I want to change the height and make it larger, and this way we can change it in a way that we can change the gap between the letters like this. We can change it to 24, and also we can add some top padding, and it's going to be not 40, it's going to be 80 like this, or even more. Yeah, for example 120 is all right. Yep, like this. And for these guys, I want to change the size of the titles again for 32, and we can add some stuff here. For example, we can add some pictures. So we press F and we add a frame inside, and let's change this stack, the portfolio stack, to vertical and move it like this, and then align it to the left, and this frame should be in fill. Let's put the radius again about 24, and let's make it larger, and we'll make it, for example, it's going to be 200, right, like that, or even more. No, 200 is okay. Yeah, like this. Copy and paste it. Oh, hold on, let's option drag and Command X and put it here. All right, and then change it as well like this, and make it again aligned to the left, and put it to start like this, and here start, and one more time. Vertical and start, and move this thing up. Okay, like this. So basically what we can do now, we can play around with these things. We can add some photos here if you want. We can add some photos, and for this thing we can add something like this, and for this one let's add this one. All right. Okay, so now it looks more like Bento grid, but what we can do, we can actually play around with this interesting option of making the photograph bigger, so it's kind of going down, and the blog will move to the left, and the about section will be smaller, right? So right below this guy. So to do that, we'll remove the picture, and we want to have this to be inside of separate a separate stack, with the stack with about section. So what we do, we select this photo and we select the about with shift, and then we press option command enter, and we create a new stack. So now it's in the stack, and I just took it out from, no, it's not in the stack. Let's make it a stack. Yeah, like this. Let's leave, let's remove the background, and yeah, leave it for now like this. Okay, now we see that we have a stack here, and it's horizontal, and now we need to put these guys inside of this stack, inside of another stack, so they're together. So we press again option command enter. They're in the stack now. We'll remove the gaps. Oh, actually we need the gaps 24, but we need to remove, oh, okay, yeah, now it's okay. This guy should be fill container. Now these things are in the stack, in the vertical stack, and we need to add another stack that will contain these guys with the a section with a photograph and about. So we drop in this section with this guy, and now we need to select the top section with the information, and then we select the stack with the guy. I know there are a lot of stacks now, but you should keep track of them and maybe rename them in the layers for you to make it easier to work with, but I don't want to spend time on it right now. So I select both of these stacks, and now I change the I make another one. So I combine them, and I change the direction to to horizontal, and now I change the fill width to fill and the height to fit content. And now I change the stack where they have the photograph again to fill by the to fill by the height, and the photograph should also be fill, and for the height and for the width it should be fill. Okay, and now we need to select this stack where all this content is and change the gap to 24. Now it's 24, so basically it's almost the same. Here we need to add 24 as well. So now we have a Bento grid style website. I think it looks okay now. It looks good, actually. The only thing we can add, for example, we can add links to the portfolio and to blog and to about me. We're not going to be adding pages right now, but just to make it look interesting, I'll just add an effect, and the effect is going to be for example, hover. We're not going to be changing scale. We're going to be leaving the same, but we'll add a little bit shadow, right? And the shadow is going to be like this. We'll add some blur, and also we're going to be clicking copy. We'll select this layer, and I'll add another hover effect, but we'll use paste here on the hover, and then here as well. So we'll add effect on hover and right click, paste for the hover. So let's see how it looks. You see that we don't see the actual shadow because it cuts off. The problem is that we need to select the stack, and we need to use overflow visible, and here we'll need to use overflow visible as well. And now it should be working. Let's try it. And now we see that it looks okay, but there is another stack that we should also make overflow visible, like this, and for this one as well. Oh no, this one works okay, this one is fine, and for the rest we should change it to visible as well. And let's check it. Yeah, now it looks okay. Yep, you see, it's good. And you can of course add links to these cards by selecting the card and by adding a link here, but we don't have links right now, so we're not going to be adding any. So you see the website is almost ready. Basically it looks good. You see it responses to the design, to the screen, but the only thing is that we don't see the good picture for the tablet. So let's make it responsive. We'll add a tablet, and then you see the problem here is that we need to change it because we added a really huge padding on top, so we'll remove it to 40. And actually we need to fix the height to fit content, and here this thing should also fit content, and there's something that ruins this whole yep, this is okay, this is fine. And we need to select probably this container also fit, and this one fit, and this one, oh yeah, it is fixed, so we need to change the fit. Here again we'll change it to not fixed, it's going to be fit. Yep, now it's okay. And for these guys, you see they're really small now, and we can change that. We can make them vertical like this, and now it looks much better. And now let's add phone, and for the phone everything is really easy. We need to fit the content, and everything should be in fit. Now you see this thing doesn't work because we need to change this to fit and fill for the width, and also we have the photo. Let's make it larger, but we don't see it because this one, yep, like this. Now we can see it. And let's add, yeah, let's make it 360. Yeah, there was a problem that there was this stack wasn't a fit. And here the text is pretty big, so let's change it to smaller. Let's put it 24. Okay, so this is fine. The only thing is that I want to move this guy out, and I want to put it over here after this text box. So I move it this way. So on the phone, it's going to change the position. Okay, and maybe for the phone we'll we'll change the paddings to 20, for example, like this. I think this should look much better now, and yep, like that. And this is also, yep, like this. And maybe we'll change the font from 40, maybe make it a little bit smaller. It's 32 is fine. And for this one, we'll change it to 20, for example, like this. And for these let's change them as well to 20, and this should be 22. Yep, like that. All right, so let's see what's going on. Oh, here we can see that it is almost round, so we can change the corner radius for every block, and corner radius can be 24, or yeah, 24 is fine. Okay, now let's see it in action. We go to play, and we can see that it is responsive basically on almost all screens. We can tweak it a little bit here because this guy should be in fill. Now it's fixed, you see, and we can press this little lock, and now we can use relative. Now it's 100%, and when we move the screen, you see it enlarges, and it looks pretty good. Yeah, like this. Links should be added, of course. You can do it later. And one more thing I want to show you is how to create a hover effect for the button to make it more interesting. So basically we need to select our layer with a button, and let's change the name of it. Let's change it to button. And then we right click and we select create component. Here we'll see the name of this component. We say create, and this is very similar to Figma. Basically this is our default state, and we need to add hover. So we press here and we select hover. Here we now change the color of the button. So we'll see this blue when we hover on the button. And now we go back to home, and we see now we have a problem with the mobile version button, because we changed we made this button into a component. So we need to add a responsive version. So we need to add a phone version for this button. So we again go back to the component, double click, and we need to add a variant. So we press here, and now we change the size of this button, and let's make it, for example, 320. And now we'll change the size of the text. And as I remember, it was 24, so like this. And we'll call it mobile. Let's change it mobile. We don't need hover because there is no hover in mobile, but we can make a pressed state, and for the pressed version we'll have it in blue mode as well. Oh, let's pick the same blue actually. All right, so let's go back, and here you see we need to pick the mobile variant. So we go to button, we'll have a selected button layer, and in variants we select mobile. Now it's okay, and now let's see how it looks. Yeah, here we have a hover. And now the most important thing is that you publish the project, you press publish, and now it's published on the Framer subdomain. When we press on it, we get the link, and we see the website, and it's ready. You can use this link, or you can change the link in the settings. So you go to settings, you go to domains, and here you can add whatever you want, how you want it. And then you just press this check button and republish it again to your to this subdomain. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was interesting, and now you know how to build a really simple Bento style landing page for your personal website. So make sure you subscribe to my channel in order not to miss other interesting videos. In the comments below, please write topics that you're interested in, and I'm always happy for your questions and comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.